Yeah, let's hear some gaming today. Yeah, what's happening in the Web3 gaming space? Yeah, but first of all, yeah, let's hear who are you, a few sentences, and about your company.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, everyone. I know it's pretty super early today, but I think this is a good chance that we can get more points of view, not only just a Web3, but how the project so far. So my name is KANYARAT. I'm a country head of the Sandbox. So basically, you may heard about the Sandbox before in terms of the decentralized gaming platform, and absolutely yes, we are the gaming platform that have been driven by the creator community. So we have been working with the creator around the world to build up the gaming content into the Sandbox platform, and Thailand is one of strategic regional that we have a lot of IP and brand partner come, and also the creative from the Thai, right? So we have been actively on board and working with them, yeah.
Nice, thank you, Sky. Yeah, next.
Good morning, my name is SASHA. And again, thank you for everyone for hosting this event. Thank you for inviting us to speak here, and SOPHIA for hosting. My name is ASHEGHI. I'm a co-founder of Arcanum Ventures. We are a venture capital investment fund, a blockchain advisory firm, and what we refer to as a digital asset authority. So we focus on creating written and video content focused on informing or educating investors and founders of some of the challenges in the industry. We focus a lot on token economics on the advisory side, something that is very, very interesting for us because we see so much innovation in this kind of playground and testing theories and understanding how we can bring more sustainable or scalable structures to GameFi economies, which I think has been a big challenge for the past couple of years. So again, very happy to be here talking about GameFi.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, this is Eddie from Klaytn. I'm in charge of governance of Klaytn and also Klaytn's expansion into Southeast Asia market. So Klaytn is a layer 1 blockchain developed by Kakao, IT giant in Korea. So we started by building our community in Korea and now very actively expanding ourselves into the Southeast Asian markets. And our main focus is game and GameFi. Also, we are expanding our portfolio to real-world asset tokenization such as gold and shipping finance. And yeah, we are looking for more assets to be on Klaytn. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Yeah, and last but not least, yeah, I'm SOPHIA, head of marketing from VGG. We are the exclusive guild from UQ Game, yeah, or YGG. Yes. And okay, let's talk about games. Yeah, as we have started to see some greens in the market, yeah, I would like to hear what are your top games that you really enjoy playing or you are really, really bullish on, yeah, during this season. Yes, Sky.
Oh, this is a super simple question. I always say the Sandbox, yeah.
Yeah, Sandbox.
The Sandbox, yeah. But to be honest, I have been playing by myself. Have been playing around pretty a lot of games, even the exit when it comes, yeah. Because of I think the gaming industry is pretty huge in Thailand, and in the past a couple of years it has been grow a lot in terms of e-sport. But how come we have a blockchain technology? So we see how not only just a player to be a player, but there can be the co-creator in terms of creation of the game content. So what I just thinking about my top game is not just about I work for the Sandbox, but I have seen the platform that can be able to make people to be game creator as well. So I think I feel so bullish to play a lot of game in our ecosystem, how they can bring the IP, how they can bring the character storytelling into the game. Yeah.
I see. What about you, Sasha?
To be honest, it's funny being up here. I feel like I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm not a huge fan of what I've seen in GameFi so far. Obviously, there's been a lot of fun games that have come to market over the past couple of years, but you see just as fun versions, if not more fun, on the Web 2 side, I think. But I'm really bullish on a number of different titles that seem to be coming to market over the next year or so. I know Big Time is a really cool game they've been building for a while. They've got some real backing. by some large studios. I know Ubisoft and some other very large development studios are bringing some titles to market, and they're starting to pivot into Web3, bringing some aspects of blockchain into their games. There's another couple of what I would refer to as AAA titles that seem really cool, like Haunted Space, that is going to initially launch on Sony, and then later on PC integrating blockchain. So for now, I'm kind of just Web 2 gaming, and I'm kind of like an old man. I like some, you know, some OG titles. I like playing Civ. I like playing some of these old computer games, StarCraft, Baldur's Gate, etc. But again, I'm excited to see improved versions of Web 3 that is coming out for these titles. You know, some not really copycats, but you know, integrating components of blockchain that grant like true asset ownership, more competitive nature because you're bringing some aspects of monetization into it. I think GameFi is going to be a huge narrative in 2024 and beyond. It's not going anywhere, but companies need to start addressing some of the issues we've seen in the past couple of years that just take whatever token economy or GameFi economy that exists that's inflationary and completely goes into the ground when they start bringing more users on board. So I think there's going to be a lot of companies like Ubisoft and others that are going to try and address these issues because they can't afford to develop titles that are unsustainable in the long term.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, thank you very much, Sasha. Yeah, as you are the OG of gaming over here from the Web 2, because recently there's a big news that's saying that GTA 6 is going to be on blockchain. Yeah, what do you think about that? If like a game like GTA?
You know, like publicly here, I'm kind of ashamed. I feel uncomfortable to admit I love GTA. This is a big part of my childhood. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. And I've heard some preliminary numbers. I think what they said it's going to cost maybe $100 million to develop this title. So you're talking about a massive studio, Rockstar, that's investing $100 million into developing a title that has components of blockchain in it. It's got a token economy, obviously NFT economy. They can't afford to take risks on creating something that's unsustainable or something that doesn't cater to the user experience. And this has kind of been our journey. I talked about being so critical about GameFi. And the funny thing is, you know, the entire past 2 years or so that we've been pooping on GameFi, there's been a number of companies coming to us and saying, hey, we heard what you said, and we want to build a game, but we want to do it the right way. And so this is where I think Rockstar is really going to shine, and other studios are really going to shine, because they take components of Web3 and blockchain, and they realize that a token economy is not a product, it's a feature. And they want to cater it towards the player journey and the player experience. So not creating like some bulky Web3 infrastructure, like I need to download a MetaMask wallet or something. The player shouldn't feel any of this stuff. It should improve the user experience, and I think they're going to do just that because they can't afford to fail in that aspect.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, what about you, Eddie? What are you most bullish?
Yeah, actually I'm very same position with Sasha. So like, but it's different issue. So it's kind of historical issue because like actually the first Web3 game which was successful, but not now. But anyway, the first one it was 3 years ago, and 3 years ago every like Web2 game studios joined the Web3 gaming industry, but they just have like copied the way of Axie Infinity. So like they don't have any creative things, any innovation there, any like improvement in the user experience. But I think it has already passed 3 years. So now like game studios are building something new, not just copying the model of Axie. They're like more bigger studios are coming. They have better IPs, better like more people who can build on their games. So I'm sure that maybe this year, or at 3 years after the success of Axie, we will see like great games like the Rockstar will do better thing. I'm sure that they will make something not like much better tokenomics, much better. Yeah, I'm sure that there might be some innovation, and I hope so.
Yeah, we all hope that. Yeah, thank you so much, Eddie. Yeah, to me, myself, as a person who is from a gaming guild, we have seen a lot of games in the space, and we can say that we are still in a very, very early era of the gaming in the Web3 space. Yeah, everything less compared to Web2. Yeah, when the first game on Web2, it could be like what? The snake game on Nokia 3310, or right now we are just in the Angry Bird kind of era. There's nothing spectacular out in the space yet, because the good game, it takes time yet to build. Yeah, and we just have been into this for like only a few years, but the great games, it takes like probably like 5 years or 10 years. Yeah, just hold on to that, and then in the next few years, yeah, definitely, yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of quality game, the fun games, and then we're gonna put the earning on the side, because we're gonna focus on the fun to play first, and then play to earn comes later. Yeah. All right. What's your thought about the role of blockchain in Web3 space? Yeah, Sky.
So basically, right, everyone always have gaming and a blockchain in terms of a kind of play to earn, in terms of like the tokenomics itself in the game. So basically, I want to bring you an example of how it's happened to the Sandbox. Basically, it have been founded in 2012. As just like a simple game in a stream platform. As you know, like stream there offer like a lot of content. So our platform have seen like how we can make our game that enable the creator to be like the ownership of what they have been contribute, right? So when we talk a lot about blockchain, we have Web 1, 2, and 3. And when we talk about Web 3 and blockchain, we talk about like our ownership of our writing, right? So this is the term of we have seen even myself personally have been believed like I play the OG game, the Ragnarok, or even like we have like strategy game like Dota, right? So this is a game that people really engaging with. But the thing is about like the creator itself to be able to try a lot of game, but that cannot be like the real ownership. This is one of the challenges in the gaming industry. And the second part is about like when we play a game, we cannot have some kind of like interoperability between one platform and another one platform. This one I have to say like is kind of a bit tricky from the growth engine in terms of network effects. When one platform work with another platform, it means you can get a lot of engagement and community from your partner side, right? So the blockchain have been blocked these two things. I think they have more benefits, but I have seen one thing is the ownership of the people who play and also build in Web3 projects, so they can be own their project in terms of like when it happens to the platform, right? So that can still be like the ownership, that can be like tradable, and they also can build other project with the another platform, for example, Pixel. I want to bring this because of this is a pretty huge deal in terms of they have been launched their GameFi project, and they have been earning 100K players so far. What I saw this first time gaming is like they not build the avatar collection in their game, but they're being the other IP and NFT profile picture into their project. It means like there's no need to build the new player from the ground, but they just build like the profile picture community to be able to have their own avatar and play. So this is the same kind of what the Sandbox have been done so far. We try to do like a brief avatar collection to give like the benefit to the holder for profile picture NFT to be able to play in the Sandbox. And also even like we try to, as you said, Ubisoft have been hold a lot of IP, right? So how we can make this IP to be able like to play in a different platform, but they still own their IP and copyright as well. Yeah.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, thank you, Sky. Yeah, how about in the VC view? Yeah, what's the role of blockchain in Web3 games?
Oh, in the VC view, I think it's an interesting question. You know, depending on whether you're talking about traditional tech startup or Web3, I think VC perspectives are very, very different. And you know, a lot of VCs are, let's say, returns driven, so they look at numbers like community, engagement, you know, what kind of interest is a certain product garnering to merit, you know, investment or backing. But I think personally, when it comes to the role of cryptocurrency, in blockchain gaming is it's kind of unclear so far now. You hear a lot of the kind of traditional things, the inspiration that pushed Vitalik into developing Ethereum, the idea of true asset ownership when he was playing, I think, World of Warcraft, the ideas of governance, etc. And so these are all like, they sound great on paper, but maybe they don't cater to all different types of gamers. And maybe some gamers don't really care so much about the idea of true asset ownership, especially if it feels kind of clunky versus just enjoying a gaming experience. And so one of the inspirations that we've taken in our design approach for game economies, etc., is trying to understand how do we solve real-world problems with cryptocurrency and blockchain. There was an article that we published about a year and a half ago. It was talking about Axie Infinity, and I referred to Axie Infinity and play to earn as a waste of human resources. If you really think what was happening, they were crowdsourcing millions of hours of human labor to play a game that's not particularly fun. And you think about what the real benefits of a decentralized token economy bring. You immediately have a method of streamlining decentralized payments, monetary incentive to a massive number of users for anything. And so you can immediately crowdsource labor in any type of fashion or form. And so the idea of play to earn, which is unsustainable, is that you're rewarding everybody. But if you're developing a game that maybe is rooted in something like competition, or player development, or user journey, or etc., it makes sense to reward only those that are succeeding. And if you start thinking about designing token economies and token use cases in gaming as this, all of a sudden you come up with this concept of proof of contribution. Players that are demonstrating knowledge, skill, performance, these are the players that you can reward so that they can overcome barriers in your game and progress. And all of a sudden you have a more challenging environment. You have cryptocurrency that's being rewarded to people that are earning it, actually. And your game all of a sudden looks way more sustainable. And it's really funny when you think about what proof of contribution really is. We're going to release another article this week, actually, that we've been drafting. The idea of proof of contribution actually turning more into a reputation system or collateralized reputation, because you have value backing money in someone's, let's say, custodial or non-custodial wallet that represents how much they've contributed on your platform. And then bringing this into concepts and games that historically struggle with things like governance. And so the idea of, like, let's say you have a tournament and you have some sort of centralized ownership of decision making in the tournament. Let's say somebody violates a rule, and then all of a sudden the judge needs to make a call, but there's no player input at all. The people, the fans, the players that are actually participating, they feel left out of this process. And all of a sudden you can solve a real world problem bringing in decision making into like little micro governance structures in your game based on the amount of contribution that these people have made and demonstrated. So you could solve these really cool real world problems with cryptocurrency that you've never been able to before. And I think we're still discovering these things, if they're going to work or not. The ideas of true asset ownership, I think, are fantastic. They cater to some people, not all. The ideas of gaining some sort of monetary return for investing your time sounds good to everyone, and that's a problem. And so we need to try and figure out how do we target that a little bit better to create more sustainable companies when it comes to gaming. But at the same time, how do we target that in a way that's going to bring on the users that I want for my game? Because if everyone's trying to be the next Axie Infinity, what are they doing? They're onboarding yield farmers, millions of yield farmers that are driven to make a return for investing time into something that they have proven they don't really care so much about. And maybe you don't want those people in your game economy. Maybe you want something that's going to be a little bit more competitive or exciting. And so this is, I think, where GameFi needs to start shifting its thinking a little bit. Play to earn, more like play and earn, more like compete to earn, more like contribute to earn. And I think that's where we're going to see the future head in this industry.
Wow, very well said, Sasha. Yeah, thank you for your insight. Yeah, how about from you, Eddie? Yeah, as a person who is behind a blockchain.
So I want to emphasize the transparency Web3 game can bring. So if you are playing Web2 game, in every Web2 game, especially these days, there are economies, game economies, and like if you're like game company, you can make item and you can sell it to the users, and you can make the like diamond and you can sell it to the users. But you don't know what is happening behind. Users cannot know what is there. So how many like diamonds are there? How many items are like made every day? So you don't know what is happening. So if the game company decide to make a lot of items and sell it to give it to the all gamers with a very like cheap price and get a big money, then gamers will like their effort in the game goes like zero. But Web3 game, everything is on blockchain. So if you like mint NFT from like item through NFT, then it's on blockchain. And if you give your tokens to the users as a play to earn, then it is in the blockchain. So everyone can see what is happening in your game. That's a big thing. And so actually, in case of XC, everyone also could see what is happening there. So actually, people on XC, they had opportunity to leave the game earlier, but because of the market situation, it was very booming market, and so they expect there might be more gamers from everywhere, and there are some complicated structure like scholarship, something like that. So many people lose their opportunity to leave earlier. But anyway, it's transparent. You can see every transaction, every NFT, every coins are there. So that's big thing for game, I think. And maybe next games might use these transfers in a better ways, and there might be some good thing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eddie. Yeah, to build up on that, what's your opinion on user-generated content and its impact? In terms of blockchain. Eddie.
User-generated content. That's actually that's the right question for Sandbox. But I'm very positive about that. So Web3 is usually Web2 games, they never provide opportunity for creators. Of course, they can recruit some people, but just those are part of the game company can contribute to the game, and it's very limited resource, and sometimes people don't like that designer's idea, and then they will not happy. But Web3 game, if there is some open platform like Sandbox, anyone can contribute to the ecosystem as a contributor, and then they can be on. They can also they can get paid by the coin, and it makes the ecosystem more bigger, and there can be more bigger market and more exchanges, and everyone can be happy in the Web3, especially in perspective of creators and the market.
Well said, Eddie. What about you, Sasha?
I think user-generated content is such a fantastic idea, and it applies not only in Web3 gaming, it applies across everything really. Not even in Web3, it applies in really any sort of company. And so you think about going back to this idea of crowdsourced labor. And so when you're anyone that's worked with an NFT company knows how much it might cost to develop artwork and maybe develop the infrastructure for the NFTs, launch them, etc. And so this is where I think founders can benefit by thinking resourcefully. How can I leverage the community that I've built that's really emotionally invested in my product already? They've demonstrated that. How can I maybe create some avenues to reward them to help offset my development or operations costs? And so the idea of hosting promotional events, or maybe some sort of digital asset design tournament, where you can incentivize your community by saying, I'm going to reward you in a token that you already use in the game, in the ecosystem, you want more of, you demonstrated that, for helping create new digital assets that are going to be a part of this. And all of a sudden, you've given them what they want, which is some monetary reward. You've given yourself what you want, which is offsetting development costs. At the same time, you've gained more value because you've pushed your community members that have participated to invest emotionally more in your game, because they might see an asset that they've built. And this means you're building brand loyalty with the idea of crowdsourced content creation. And this, like I said, it doesn't exist in Web3. You can do this in any business. The idea of having customers, bringing them into the decision-making process, or just maybe crowdsourcing your customers for something. Maybe you could run just off the top of my head, maybe you have some sort of like logistics business and you have a community maybe on social media of people that have used your business, your platform, and maybe you need some legal representation. Running some sort of announcement or program to see who in my community might have these services or expertise that can offer this to me, and then providing them some sort of incentive or discount in your platform. So there's so many ways to do this, and I think it has a very, very strong place, not only in GameFly, but in startup, in business in general.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Yeah, how about Sandbox? Yeah, it's huge in Sandbox. It's specifically for Sandbox user. Yeah, what's your point on that?
Before I answer this question, I would like to ask the audience a bit about can you maybe share me more anyone here is a Web3 builder? It's no need to be game. It can be anything. Builder. No, okay, we have one builder. So when we talk about the gaming platform, we talk about the builder, the game publisher first, right? When we have a game, we want to get a lot of the engagement. People are spending a time session into the platform, and then this come through with the in-game advertising, or maybe in-game revenue from the gaming assets, right? So when we talk about the user-generated content, personally I think about the ownership. When we go through the Facebook in the past, IG, and maybe TikTok right now, right? We have seen the original content have been built by the official account, right? But then we have seen a lot of users start to be the contributor, become the writer. I think this is what Sasha just said, is not only to be contribute in the Web3, but also can be applied to the Web2, right? So I just thinking about user-generated content is mean you be the writer, you feel you own. When you own, it mean you see an opportunity. And this is create the growth engine effect to the platform. It means the platform do nothing, but we have a creator to write it down for us, right? So this is what we have seen as our vision for the Sandbox. We want to be the platform who empowering the creator. The creator is mean right now, because of we are the gaming platform, is mean we want anyone to be able to create their own game with no code. So for example, we have seen the first generation of user-generated content in gaming is a Roblox, right? You can see a kid, and you can see STEM program in the educational institution to teach them how to write the game without code. And I think the second one is about the Minecraft. Minecraft is not the fully user-generated content platform, but they'll be able to anyone to create in their own space and also host their own game, right? It means this one have to be you not only have just a player in your tokenomic, right? Economy, but you also have the creator itself into the platform. So I just thinking about when we want to build a sustaining platform, you have to care about your stakeholder who make your platform go in terms of maybe sale or the revenue, right? It means you have to build a great content, people feel enjoy, people want to play money to purchase maybe the gaming. And the second part is about when you get an engaging, it means you can have some advertising in-game process, or even for the XC1. I love the one that we never seen this before, is about scholarship. You can see people who play a game, if you are the game publisher, your North Star is about how you can stolen your time from other platform, because this is easily to switch to another game. But actually have been balancing about people who have a time and people who have money, so they can give a chance to people in the in economy to get a benefit into the platform. So the Sandbox is something I think is a bit advanced in terms of the creator. We have been providing the a platform for creator to be able to build, to sell. We have like 5% of a commission fee to maintain, but we give like 2.5%, is mean a half, back to the creator. So I think like the user-generated content, it just make the creator to be the ownership. Second part is about the network effect of the platform itself. Yeah, thank you.
I see. Yeah, thank you so much, Sky. Yeah, excellent point. And also in terms of the gaming guild, just like us, right now we are really encourage our community to create content, to be the content creator. Because the creator, the gamers and creator here, it doesn't mean that you just have like to create a stage in the game. Yeah, you can create anything. Yeah, you can become a content creator. You can voice over, yeah, that's also creation as well. You can be a live streamer, yeah, that's you're playing the game and then you create your own content, you play the game the way that you want, yeah, that's also another creation as well. And also there's a lot of things to create here, yeah, in the gaming community. Yeah, that's the thing that we are trying to build and give the value and teach our community member, our gamers, yeah, to know how to monetize from this guild. Yeah, it's not just play to earn. You can do something else to earn money as a gamer as well. Yes, all right, yeah. Moving on, yeah, as you have talked about creating the virtual world, yeah, what's the interoperability between the virtual world and gaming? Sky.
It's pretty tough. To be honest, at the very beginning, everyone talk about the metaverse, right? And they have a question: is metaverse already die? and then I just like to be frank, it's not die right now. We still be here, and it's still like bullish. Okay. So and then we talk about GameFi, right? And we talk about play to earn, and we always have a doubt about like, is that like tokenomic or the monetization is still sustainable, right? So I have to say like the Sandbox is a bit different in terms of like, because of we have been working with IP and brand partner like you said Ubisoft, we have Warner Music Group, we have like IP character from Korea or even Thailand. We try to make like gamification system to be able like to bring those IP, because sometimes there can be like make a revenue from the merchandise from movie, or sometimes like you can create the gaming, right? So the Sandbox become like the door for them to be able to build the virtual world concept, or maybe like the gamification itself into the platform. At the very beginning, I thought it's something have the line between the gaming and the metaverse. And this year I just attend the one biggest event, is called Thailand Game Show. That's have been hosted like last couple months. We have seen 3,000 people participate in the event, and they have been trying the game. They don't feel like this is something that different. And the builder in the Sandbox said that there is no line between gaming and metaverse. The gaming is just like make things more fun. You want to spend time with, and you feel like so bullish into like this content. And the virtual world is like the gaming that you feel like you're not yourself. You are like someone, right? So I think like when we talk about gaming and virtual, I think about like the content itself and the user experience that you said, maybe not only just mobile phone, it can be like a VR or SR, so it depends on like how you can make like the content great, engaging and more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sky. Yeah, what about you, Sasha? Yeah, the virtual reality and video games. Yeah, how is it like related?
I think this is a really interesting area. I think Sandbox and some others are definitely considered the industry leaders when it comes to metaverse. And I think just the natural progression of what we've seen over the past couple of decades with technology mean that we're going to be living more and more digital lives. And so the idea that, I mean, we've seen this, I think, when social media, really just exploded out of nowhere, that self-expression is a part of human nature. And this is going to be a very big part of our lives online digitally. And so the idea of being able to bridge or represent assets or things in the real world in your own digital lives or virtual lives is going to be very, very important. So there's already a lot of companies that are kind of catering to this. There's some big brand names that have stepped into the metaverse with, let's say, fashion items or luxury goods, things like this. And Sandbox and others are doing a great job of creating collaborations with some of these companies. I think as we start to see more adoption in what we refer to as like the true metaverse, but maybe just online platforms that kind of represent it, when there's more justification for it, we're going to see more advertisement and marketing of real businesses here, and so ad space is going to be a huge vertical here. We're going to see a lot of revenue being generated from that. I think we're going to start to see a lot more interaction and connection with businesses online in a virtual sort of landscape. The idea of being able to connect with some customer support agent in a metaverse is maybe way more effective in like dispute resolution or solving problems or purchasing an item versus the methods that exist right now. But I guess there's two different aspects really of like the idea of interoperability and bridging like real world into the virtual world. The other idea is interoperability for intra-metaverse, really. And so I think this is a big issue that hasn't really been solved yet. There's some industry leaders that are starting to realize in order for there to be interoperability between different ecosystems, there needs to be some sort of like best general business practice and standard processes for, let's say, asset bridging and things like this. And so I don't think that this is going to come from some agency. I think it's going to come from the industry leaders like Sandbox and some others that have the momentum, they have the capital, they have the funding to actually develop the processes or like standard coding or asset formats to be able to bridge different assets and devices and let's say white label technologies across metaverses. I think we're a far way off for that. I think there's got to be like a very strong level of collaboration between competing companies for that to happen. And I think there's not a lot of monetary incentive right now for those companies to be able to do that. But as we see more real world companies and businesses bridge into the metaverse, or what we would see like referred to as the metaverse in the future, I think there's going to be more demand and need for that from the actual customers that are going to dictate the trends here. So we're going to start to see a little bit more interoperability between like real metaverses. What I'm kind of concerned about is like metaverse monopoly. So I guess we have yet to see something like that, but we'll see how that pans out.
Very well said, Sasha. Yeah, what about you, Eddie? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so as you guys mentioned, the metaverse is growing. So like not like last year, the metaverse last year, but this year AI. Everything moved to AI. But anyway, it's like everyone's moving behind. So it'll grow, but in terms of interoperability, it'll take a long time. I think that like we have some experience. Like we have on Klaytn, there are several AAA game studios, but usually the big game studios, they have several games. So many people think that among those games, interoperability might be very easy. But even between those games on one blockchain, they don't want to share their like assets. They have different characters in game, and the builder, they don't want to like be affected. Their metaverse is affected by other games which have different character, which have different concept. So it will take very much time. So there should be some like standard, like when I go from this metaverse to other metaverse. So it's like if you make some like NFT in this metaverse or item in this metaverse, this like the ecosystem gets some like but like if this move to other metaverse, like they're losing something and they're getting something. So there should be some rules or standard. Everyone can agree on this economic exchange between like metaverse, but currently there's no rule on that. So maybe there should be some momentum to make this rule. Maybe Sandbox, you have something, and we can
Thank you so much, Eddie. Do you have anything to say about that, Sky? All right. Yes. All right, Eddie. As you mentioned about AI, what do you think about how AI enhances Web3 gaming experience?
So I'm very negative about this like rhetoric. So like, like after the booming of AI, after the advancement of ChatGPT, everyone talk about like AI. Even Web3, they started talking about AI. But I don't think like in terms of Web3 game, the AI does not make any like difference in the, especially gamers' experience. So it's maybe they can use the board in the AI board in the game, but it's Web2 also. It's not Web3 specific. So I explain if some game says we are Web3 AI game, it's it might be very much likely to be scam. So that's my perspective. But in like if it is outside of game, there are many values in AI can contribute to the Web3, especially like we have some case in some of other ecosystem, but they are valuing the value of their game based on AI. So they are calculating and they get data from outside and in, so on-chain data and off-chain data and make calculate the value of the game. This can like be very supportive for like users or like investors to value the game, but it's not user experience. It's different story. Yeah, we should look differently.
I can see your point. Yes, so you said that it's more supportive in terms of the infrastructure. Yeah, in terms of to build the games, the engines behind, and something like that. Yeah, I would like to hear from you, Sasha. What do you think about AI and gaming experience?
I think AI has a place in a lot of different focus areas in a business. What we're seeing now, I think, with ChatGPT and Bard and some of these other technologies, I wouldn't really consider AI. I mean, large language models have been around for a little while. I think we're pretty far off from AGI, but they have been very effective for a number of different things. And so helping like streamline certain business functions, incorporating AI into a metaverse, like I mentioned before, is some sort of like customer support program. But we're starting to see some really cool applications in the world of gaming for these large language models. I think it's going to be led again by some of the bigger players that have the resources and funding to develop their own types of integrations. But just an example, there's a really cool game that I saw last month that's starting to use LLMs and different AI sort of integrations to train NPCs. And so all of a sudden you have AI integration that is improving the user experience or the player experience. And so the idea is that they've got like an entire metaverse or world where there's a bunch of different characters that are roaming around, and then time kind of flows linearly in this world where you can log in as a player, you can basically port yourself into an existing character in this world and then control their actions and play the game, etc. But when you leave, the AI takes over again. And the user data for this large company, the infrastructure in the back end, they're using the user data to actively train these NPCs and improve their AI model. And so as the game progresses, as they get more users on board, then ultimately the player experience improves. Because I think everyone that's played a game here knows sometimes how like comical and frustrating interacting with NPCs can be. There's so many memes that come from NPCs. But it's starting to be really cool when you see AI or large language models being integrated into improving aspects of the game or the player experience itself. I think this is where the innovation is going to happen. We're definitely going to see some things break before we see things working well, but this is how tech startup goes. We gotta break a bunch of eggs before we make an omelet.
Yeah, good point, Sasha. Yeah, what about you, Sky?
Actually, I think this year AI have been proven the term of real world use case. So we have been discussed a lot about like how AI taking over a job, and a simple job that we can see like how the content writing have been done by ChatGPT, or somehow we have the data analysis. So right now it's not just only the gaming industry have to be looked at into the AI, but also like so many tools, for example, bot, right? And it's not just about like the text generation, but it's also have image generation. And right now, as you said, they have maybe like the way that we can develop the AGI, right? So we can see like how the AI can do like some the data analytics more precisely. And I think if you look at the landscape of the gaming and what it can be the quick win is about like how we can make a creator, the platform and the infrastructure be more productive. Because right now we have seen a lot of content writers spending a lot of time to writing and content, but in game industry we have a lot of talent that we have to be rely on. For example, the 3D modeling, right? And also the narrative story design. So the thing is what we try to implement in the Sandbox and enhancing our game picture in the Sandbox is we try to using the AI that can be generated 3D modeling. So they can take save more time, get more like better concept of the gaming. And the second part is about like you said NPC, right? Talking. We have been received a lot of requests when the Sandbox can use like randomly AI generated conversation. Because every time when we go through the gaming, you will see like the same dialogue, the same story. But if someday we can have the AI integrated in terms of the conversation generated, right? It can be the real-time data that can be the assistant. It can be something of a randomly storytelling that one player have a different kind of experience into the game. So I think that AI quick win is will be the one that riff up the game type content in not only like a Web 2 but also a Web 3 as well. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, thank you so much, Sky. Yeah, from my point of view, as I have been playing quite some number of games, it's very fascinating to have AI integrated into games, and that is going to enhance a lot of experience. Because back in the day, yeah, when you were playing, yeah, by yourself, and then when you play against a bot, and then sometimes it gets boring. Yeah, that, oh my god, it's bot again. Yeah, all the room is full of bots. Yeah, I'm just going to be the winner here. Yeah, but after I have seen AI integrated, oh my god, this AI is so smart, so good. They know how to play. Damn, I suck. Yeah, I need to, yeah, and the player has to skill up themselves to level up to be better, to conquer the AI. Yeah, that's another point. Yeah, and also the NPC as well. Yeah, but in terms of NPC, and as we have seen a lot of gamers in the space, yes, sometimes the gamers can be very, very overwhelmed by the NPC, or like some of them like might have falling in love with the NPC, and then you have all the figurines and everything. Yeah, the bed sheets and yeah, the pillows and everything. Yeah, that's something that is also pretty scary. Yeah, we have also to look at the ethical side as well. Yeah, how far can AI be included in the game in terms of NPC? Yeah, maybe AI can trigger something. Yeah, and that's going to result somehow negativity as well. Yeah, and that is something that I'm looking forward to see how AI is going to play in the Web3 space and also gaming space as well. Yes, I think we are almost time's up. Yeah, would you like to have a last word? Yeah, before we leave here. Yeah, Sky.
Okay, let's play game, build game. And also, I think about like Web3 gaming is going to be like bigger for the next year, because right now we have seen like a lot of not just only like the player side, but we just talk about like UCC, how about like player to be like a creator. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Sasha?
I'd just like to say again, thank you World Blockchain Summit for organizing this event and inviting us to speak, and Sophia, thank you for hosting.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, I should do my job. So Klaytn is providing every support to for builders who want to build games on Klaytn. So please join us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. And also, yeah, we are in the gaming space, gaming ecosystem here. Yeah, we built in the bear and we rise in the bull. All right, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your insights. Yeah.